There's nothing more that I hate, excuse me, as much as I hate migraines. For people who suffer with them, baby, I'm sorry. Just like you're sorry I'm suffering with them. There's a few things I don't wish on my worst enemies. A migraine and the flu. Oh, my goodness. And if you ever had the flu, never a migraine. A migraine is just a flu in your head, I swear, because the pain is awful. Migraine is worse. I would rather have, no, I ain't gonna say I'd rather have a baby. But anyway, sometimes it's the way I move. If I move too quick, or if I smell something wrong, or if I eat something I shouldn't eat or didn't realize, it triggers. It's just over and over again. And then you take the medicine, and what does it do? Have you talking too much. So, I take the medicine for my migraines, and, I took it today. This not even maybe an hour ago, because I came out of my room, my head was hurting. I was talking to my sister. I'm like, oh my gosh, my head is hurting. Came in my room, I'm like, oh, my head is still hurting. Sometimes medicine is not always the best bet. I try to relax and do some breathing, relax my jaw muscles, because all that tension is just because once it starts hurting, you start clenching. Try to relax my jaw. I do everything I possibly can to see if that's going to relieve a migraine. And if it don't, I only have a certain window where I have to take the medicine, or it's not going to work. I take it at the very beginning, because halfway in, it ain't going to work. Now you got medicine in your body that ain't doing you no good. So I give it a few minutes, and if what I do don't work, oh yeah. So I take Imitrex, and it works. It works because right now, obviously, it has worked, because I'm my head is not hurting right now. But every medicine I take, oh gosh, the side effect, is drowsiness. Muscle relaxer, pain pills. I think I'm taking magnesium, but that doesn't do anything. That's just almost like a vitamin or stuff. That's what that is. But it's a bunch of just all the stuff my new thing right now is Zoloft. That is my new thing right now. And I take it every day. They had to up it because, one thing about Black people, we do not want to talk about mental illness. And one thing about mental illness in the Black community, we don't want to talk about it. We don't ever want to say something's wrong with us. And it's okay to say, I have a problem and I need help. And not everything is meant for medicine. Don't think just because you go and tell a doctor this, that, and the third, they can send you to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and they will, some has meds and some don't. And for me, I did 40 plus years without any medicine. And it wasn't good. So I told Jordan, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to suffer. I want peace. I want peace of mind, I want to be able to go to sleep and not have thoughts just running through my head. So, that's what I need. Like I said, the Black community has always been hush-hush on a lot of things, even family secrets when it comes to molestation and statutory rape. And someone's like, oh, you shouldn't have been fast. You shouldn't have been around there. Not blaming the rapist. They want to blame the girl from being so fast. You shouldn't have been around her. Well, stay from around your uncle because he's kind of funny. Not that he's a pedophile. We need to watch ourselves, or it's our fault. And the same thing with mental health. It's almost like, well, just pray about it. Just pray about it. And I used to say that. I used to say them foolish words, pray about it. And it should be fine. And then I grew the fuck up. Like, okay, your prayers do answer some things. But the Bible also says, seek a physician. Look it up. It's there. When it comes to arguments, Y'all might not believe this, but I'm one of a kind. I don't start arguments. Now, you might get upset about what I'm saying, but it's up to you to respond a certain way. I don't start arguments because I can't handle arguments. Arguments affect me physically. Physically, you see me, I'm shaking like a leaf on a tree. I'm just shaking and I'm upset and I start hyperventilating. That's how bad, because when I get angry, I'm there. You talking about 0 to 60? Yeah, I hit 75 already, and I shouldn't be that way. But on the same hand, I'm too old to be arguing with people. I'm way too old to be arguing with anybody. I'm old enough. Oh, we can talk this out, or we just ain't gonna talk. I'm sitting and argue with you, and I'm sitting here finna pass the fuck out. We was at prime example. There's a lot of prime examples, but this is one of them. My cousin died. Many, not even many, well, many months. I think it was maybe last year. No, I think it's been almost 2 years now. And me, my other two sisters, we stood up and we talked, to the family at the funeral home because, we all grew up together. And I did fine as soon as I was right there on the podium, because I'm a talker. I don't mind talking. But soon it was time, Charlotte ran a video and stuff like that. My whole body was trembling. Tonette and Charlotte had to hold me still because I couldn't stop myself. I was having it was a panic attack, and I was, upset, about my cousin dying, and I just could not stop moving, and it was just my whole body, the entire. I couldn't stop shaking. It was just muscles that, like your heart. You don't tell it to beat; it just beat. It's involuntary, and this what I was going through. It was a full panic attack. That's one of the reasons why I got out of the choir. I've almost fell because of a panic attack I was having on the choir stand, just being in front of everybody. And I had to get out. I had to get out, but I had to get out. The panic won. I'm not going to be up there and just be shaking. For me to be a person with rhythm, I couldn't clap on beat. I couldn't do anything. I was like, no, I can't do it. I really cannot do it. And I got out the choir. When I say there's always a song on my lip, there's always a song in my heart. If someone said, what you singing now? It's going to be so random. It has nothing to do with nothing, but I'm singing. But I had to get out. And the thing about it, the panic attack that I had in the on the choir stand, it was so bad. Oh my goodness, it was so bad. It was so bad to the point when I got out of the choir and got home and started relaxing. The next day I woke up, my whole body was sore because I was trying to suppress the movement and the shaking. I was trying to suppress it, and I couldn't. And my body was it was so sore the next day, and I was so tired. I said, no, I can't do it. I think I gave some kind of excuse that, for me to get out the choir. I didn't want to say it was a panic attack, but that's what it was. And I had one a couple of nights ago. I got into an argument with, not even an argument. It wasn't an argument. Someone made me upset. And the first thing happened was my throat closed up. I could barely talk and breathe. I don't like being upset. Yeah, mental illness run in our family, and sometimes it takes people a little bit longer just to realize you need to get on some medicine. You need to stay on some medicine and let it work. Yeah, you might be sleepy for first couple of weeks, but after a while, if not a couple of weeks, a week, your body, will eventually get used to it and give you this happy medium that you need. You're not zonked out, but little stuff ain't messing with you no more. So, like I said, I did it for 40 some odd years, maybe 45, 40, because I'm 48. So I'm maybe 45 years. And I was done. I was done trying to figure it out my damn self. So mentally, I'm at a better place than I was, 3 years ago. And that's always a good thing, and eventually, if I can learn to handle a lot of things differently, I won't be taking it. I really wish that we can go on a vacation. I really need one. We need one. Next year will be 20 years. April will be 20 years of marriage. And I tell you, when you from the outside looking in, everything is so good. People love to say, oh, well, I want a man like him, like you got, and I want this right here. And y'all seen this, that. See, baby, you talking about, let me see, 20, we got together in 95. So you're talking about 23 years total of us being together. And, baby, when I tell you we done been through it, we done been through it. It's never about anybody else. It's just us just learning us. I mean, there's 2 stages in pretty much everyone's relationship, and I'm going to mention it. One thing I was stressing to him was there's 2 stages of a relationship. There's many stages, but there's two major stages. And one stage is you, the parents, and the children. We want to make sure they're okay, they're fed, get to school, and blah, blah, blah. And then there's a whole other relationship after the children are gone. Now, if you stay together because of the kids, now you realize y'all, we ain't got nothing in common. It's going to be messed up after the kids are gone, because the emptiness, baby, there ain't nothing to joke about. Ain't nothing to joke about, even though you want to hug and love on somebody's child and stuff. But I tell you, there's 2 stages, and I hope, everybody who get their children out and everything is fine, I hope you're working on your relationship now. You need to work on your relationship now as if your kids are already gone, so it'll be an easy and smooth transition. Yeah, when I say smooth transition, it's like, okay, y'all, I'll just see y'all later. It won't be you just crying and carrying on and being depressed and putting strain on your marriage. Start it now, baby. This is what I'm telling you. Start your marriage, whatever, without the kids now, and see how it works. Remind your guy, and remind your woman, these kids ain't going to be here forever. Okay? It's going to be me and you. What we going to do? Because I don't know who's raising kids for them to stay and live and retire at home. I didn't raise my kids to stay at home. What's the point of me teaching them anything and making sure things are, they know how to do certain things if they're going to stay at home? So, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of my girls. I just hate one is just so far away, but work on your marriage now, baby. Just talk. Get up in the middle of the night and just talk. And just, get up extra early and talk. When I say, get up in the middle of the night, sometimes when I have these nights where I cannot sleep, 1 o'clock done rolled around, 2 o'clock done rolled around, 2:30. I'm like, shit, I might well stay up. Joan to be here another 30, 40 minutes. That's our talking time. With him being here, that means I'm probably going to stay up till about 6, 7, 8 o'clock. We're just talking about nothing, because someone asked this question. Do people still ask their guy or their husband or wife, how was your day at work? I ask that every time. How was work? How did work go tonight? I talked to him earlier. I asked him how it was going. It was going pretty good. And that is our time to talk. We always need that moment, even though it's just me and him. But when you work at night, you sleep all day. So I got to find time somewhere. What works for me might not work for you. You find a different way. You find another thing. But then again, I don't work, so I'm here. And like I said, people from the outside always look in and think that everything is perfect. But if you look closely, just imagine just looking through a window and like, oh, everything is so pretty in here. Guess what? You don't see all the dust. You don't see all where the rooms are just tore up. Okay, you don't see that the floor needs to be vacuumed. You see this perfect picture in your head, and you're like, oh yeah, that's what I want. But yeah, it takes work. Just like to keep a house up, you got to clean that bitch up every now and then. So people, what I put up with, you might not be able to put up with. What you put up with, I might not be able to do it. So you find whatever works for you now. I'm not, the Purdue way might not be your way, but it works for us. It works for us. Now, we love each other so much. We really do. Man, I tell you. But, that's my guy. He's my best friend. And I think that really, really is a good thing. Because even when I'm mad at him and don't want to talk to him, he's the only person I can go to that can calm me down and relax me. And he does it all the time. If I'm just way too upset and I don't close myself away from everything and I'm just upset with him, he's the only person that can, all right, Francis, it's okay, Francis. Just relax. And, that's his job. Just as well as it's my job. I shouldn't be his headache. He shouldn't be mine either. He should be happy to come home. Your guy, your girl should be happy to come home. Not just stay at work and talking and shooting shit with other folks because, damn, I got to go home.